Today, I would like to touch on the value of the Internet of Things. This past year and a half, the pandemic has promoted a doubling down effect in this area, especially in the industrial gas markets. Globally, we saw a decrease in metals and manufacturing affecting oxygen demand and argon production as well, since oxygen is needed for large argon production. We saw an increase in IQF, or individually quick frozen products, for ready-to-eat meals, affecting nitrogen and carbon dioxide demand. And we saw a decrease in gasoline production, affecting oxygen demand in the fluidized cat crackers, an increase in oxygen for the healthcare market, and an increase in specialty and high purity gases in the electronics market. I could go on, but as these plants begin to rebound and the economy and the stock market begin to right itself along with manufacturing to pre-COVID levels by the end of 2021, it is important for us to remember what the gaps these supply challenges have exposed. Overwhelmingly, companies have an increased need for digitization and the use of data, complemented by value-added solutions, and I'll talk a bit about that. These value-added solutions would help narrow some of these gaps in supply chain. So digitization, coupled with telemetry, allows access to real-time and historical data that can be used to improve decision-making and optimize resources. During these lean times, successful businesses invest in operations and efficiency. And so the industrial gas market, what I've seen for the past 6 months, has been doing just that and riding this wave of digitization. And I want to touch on 3 areas. First, hospital oxygen, which has been spoken about at length by gasworld and the industry. You know, there were severe capacity constraints, and there still are globally. We have seen volumes in hospitals going from 400 to 500% of delivery system design in some areas. So global data monitoring requests have soared in this area of highest impact, like California, Texas, India, Brazil, Peru. Value not only in monitoring level and pressure in the tanks, but the flow rate downstream of these vaporizers to avoid liquid breakthrough of oxygen in the piping, to avoid reaching unsafe velocity of oxygen through the piping infrastructure that could cause serious issues in these medical facilities. So the data that we can achieve from digitization can be an early warning sign and an added level of safety to start moving patients off house oxygen, to bring in emergency portable oxygen and additional vaporization, and or just move patients off to other hospitals. Secondly, I want to talk about another industry, carbon dioxide. We know that the carbon dioxide supply is slow to recover. There's rumors that the ethanol plants are not showing promise to come back online anytime soon. As you know, CO2 is a byproduct of ethanol. So the industry is now starting to look for decentralized sources of carbon dioxide. That can be from boilers and cogeneration plants, just to name a few. With the opening of the economy, what we're seeing is a huge rebound or strong rebound in carbon dioxide demand, and in areas such as bev carb consumption in hotels and restaurants and fast food chains. They're all returning to normal operation levels. And so there's a need for efficient deliveries and prevention of carbon dioxide losses. And it's more critical than ever that digitization play a role in this. There's also a need in other expanded areas as well, such as agriculture, which includes cannabis, fire and safety, pharmaceuticals, and specialty chemicals. We have seen high demand in monitoring devices and scheduling programs targeted at these CO2 applications. And then finally, I want to talk about the independent distributor. The independent distributor for industrial gases are showing signs more and more to increase their capabilities to become more independent of the majors. Now, of course, the majors are very important to them. You know, they provide the products and they provide the safety regulations, but, you know, from personal touch, the independent distributors, you know, they want to increase their capabilities in air separation. We see that a new air separation is being built. Large transports are being purchased. And of course, there's a surge in the request for monitoring for scheduling platforms if you don't have in-house software development, as well as being able to turn their assets more efficiently and increase their profit margins. So that's just to name a few of what we see is happening as the economy starts to rebound.